Here, you're going to push from that side, and he could have built a wall, but Linane said, nope, I'm going to jump to the air, take the shot first, and then we'll worry about building and stopping the drop.
This is actually Aydan from earlier. That was Aydan's fit area. Players beginning to push on in. Aydan has made the move. So last we saw, Aydan was on the far side of the zone, had to make something happen. Well, he has. Still 31 players left. You can see the entire zone on this mini-map. Shows just how kind of slow played some of these guys are taking this to try to stay alive for that top 10.
Now you can see Aydan kind of sneaking around. I think he may have heard movement from the player above. You have to remember, even a weapon swap, you can hear that audio cue, and so Wheels up top, if there's change weapons at any point while Aydan's been in here, he will have heard him. You can hear the footsteps. There's movement happening. He knows there are people around him.
He's looking for more fights. This is the next zone. Is the first zone that will be, one of the full rotations that'll have to happen. It's half out of play. Tempo actually just got knocked out of this game by Cease. So
I gotta say, this might be some of the most aggressive. Right in the middle of a rotation, Aydan just says, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I've got a player trapped outside, put himself in a 1-by-1, and he's making moves.
Look at these speed builds, turbo building, spinning around, placing walls. He's made it into the.
Can't mine out through the floor. Aydan pulling. Almost another Elim. Looks like there were 3 players in there because he took the shot, didn't get the Elim, and Vide, who got the Elim on his opponent.
Ghost Aydan, the crowd getting behind him early on. Let's see how we made it happen.
Keep in mind too, a controller player, one of the fastest edits I've seen in a controller. Right there is, as I'm saying, one of the fastest edits. Puts the window and takes the shot. Excellent decision-making skills from him, and some very aggressive gameplay in recent, which we haven't seen a whole ton of. When it was time to move, he was pushing on players that were building themselves into 1-by-1s almost fearlessly. I love to see it, and his loadout was consistent with what you would see from a lot of
that's how he did
players.
it.
Yeah,
the rift to go. That makes sense. I was wondering how he wound up maneuvering early on. This was towards the end of this one. Try to make this a limb happen, I believe. This gets stolen from him. Oh, yeah. Okay, that was, this gets stolen from him, if I'm not mistaken.
Ed put on a good show. Aydan, a controller player. I'm not sure if he actually plays on console or if he just uses a controller on PC, but the accuracy, the forethought. One of the things in the clip, one of the clips we watched there that I would like to point out is that he was boogie bombed, and then he rotated out into the storm for just a second to take a tick of damage so that the boogie would drop off and he could re-engage his opponent. That's extremely... That's top tier.
200
gameplay.
IQ.
250 maybe.
Wow.
Which isn't even possible.
That high up. Either way, impressive.
Difference there. The 30 damage shots, he had 4 body shots on him, and that was all she wrote. Aydan back still here and tilted. Taking shots on Alpha, this build fight, and there's that rift to go. Grabbing both players, even though they weren't standing right on top of each other. The proximity of that you can even pull opponents out from inside of buildings. They land at the same time and
run to. Typically, if you're seeing someone use a rift to go in that scenario, they're playing it as like a, hey, I need to get out of here. It's like a defensive, I've got to leave this fight. I'm not in a good spot.
Aydan looks like he potentially missed a jump and had to drop back down and build a bit of cover for himself. Sorry, Cat's Talks, my apologies, got the names backwards there. Aydan, the one with the top-down view, pushing and getting as much damage, and every little bit counts. And he gains knowledge even from just hitting one time, because you can see whether or not the damage is white or blue will tell you whether or not the opponent has shield or if they're down to just HP, and that can make the difference between an aggressive push or maybe slow playing a little bit.
And if you're wondering how, and look at this from Aydan. Look at this from Aydan.
Jump shot, swamping.
This should be a quick little cleanup here for him, you'd think. Here's the minis getting popped. He's going to force this, wanting to make sure his opponent cannot heal through the aggression he's putting on the drum gun. This 50-bullet clip is so good. Yes, the reload's a little bit longer, but it is so worth it in these spots. He can't get out. It seems he's trapped. Aydan, can he finish the limb? There it is.
That 52 damage headshot.
If they're on wood or if they're on the ground, they're listening for if they begin to break walls, if they're breaking metal, if they're breaking wood or brick. They're listening for audio cues if the players have cover below them. You see Aydan hunting one down here. Could this be the end? No.
Accuracy.
Aydan, another limb.
It's about 4 right now. I feel like if he keeps this consistency, he might set a record thus far for the qualifier eliminations. He's already got 4. This is when the next circle is that's when the storm starts to mix things up and everybody's got to relocate.
Absolutely. As we see just how they break on out of tilted here. Aydan, it's like he's invisible. He's just running across Tilted.
You hear the footsteps, trying to go for that shotgun shot over the top, just get a little peek, and his opponent is going to back down underneath. And the traps are coming out. You got to be safe and careful walking through there. There could be on the surface above. There are multiple traps. This is not how. 185.
Are you kidding me? I'm now a fan of Aydan.
Look at his face, too. It's like nothing even happened.
A limb. He in that last fight was one limb away from earning that top 10 for a point. Aydan
aggressive push and gets saved. That's 7 eliminations for the second game in a row.
I am speechless. I'm going to say right now, folks, can we give it up, please, in the venue for the performance we're seeing from Aydan right now? Mind-blowing stuff. 14 limbs has already tied #1 from yesterday, which took them 4 games to reach that point.
Nobody else seems to be playing nearly as aggressively as he does, and he's taking advantage of that. Maybe it's a thought process.
Is this 8? Is this 8? Is this 8? Oh,
trap.
Okay, the trap stole it.
He only took 2 ticks from that, the stink bomb right there. He's still in a good spot. 70 limbs. There's 23 people left, and he's smack dab in the middle of the safe zone. Yeah. He doesn't have to play over the aggressive. He's got to take the trap out. You got a bit of loot in there. Watch
he needs the AR ammo, and he knows that.
You got to remember earlier too. There were 2 traps that were placed in here. So Magnum with a swipe on an opponent trying to push up a ramp right there.
At this point, we're watching the Aydan qualifiers because he is far and away our top player to this point. There's everyone inside Tilted. Wallhack Jack under 70 HP. Haste Loomsy under 50 HP. You had another player in Tacos Week as well. And Aydan early rotating again.
He's moving in the open and no one's shooting at him.
And it's like everyone's afraid. They know. Don't push towards the woman with the library glasses.
Absolutely not. This Rook skin, maybe giving him superpowers. I have no idea.
Okay, we take back everything we just said.
I don't think, regardless of the outcome of this, there's no way this is a caster curse. Because the trap he placed earlier, it got another elimination.
The trap comes into play. Now this player being third party, he wasn't able to clean up the elim.
Warrior gets joystick there. Aydan looking for his 9th elim, but 8 eliminations in a single game. He's got a slurp ticking right now, so he has a buffer of HP still going up. He's in a great spot. He's in the safe zone. His materials are ridiculous. Intelligent play is going to guarantee Aydan the win. He knows what to do. He knows how to do it, obviously.
Aydan could literally leave after game 2 and catch his dinner reservation and qualify for Monday. And if he can you bring me back something? A little breaded roll?
Jack, are you always hungry? Shots
yes.
Here, third party.
I am, actually.
Loomsy gets cold in the feed there with a trap from earlier as well. Aydan's looking to secure that 9th elim. Painful on top of him, though. The second place elimination player, they're stacked on top of each other, which means you have 2 Slayers here that might get forced into an engagement.
An Aydan chant now breaking.
There's actually an Aydan chant here at PAX West right now.
And I'm just in awe as to what I am watching. He's just chilling at the moment. Painful in the same build as well. The Storm beginning to move on in as people will have to follow on up. Wallhack Jack just actually dropped to the zone.
16 players left. The Storm's got 20 seconds till it closes, which means 6 more players go down, and then people start to pick up points based just on their placement.
Yep. What does Aydan do here? It's recognizing, hey, there's 15 left. No one wants to be the next one to die. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to position myself, run out in the open, and call the bluff on everyone that they'll peek and put myself in the best spot to secure a win or another elim.
It's incredible to see gameplay from players like this. And the other thing I've noticed about the way that he's been playing, more so especially in the first game, he's taking loadouts that are not necessarily common. Right there he has one that you'll see quite a few players run, but even the first game he had the purple burst, he had a compact SMG, which a lot of players are choosing the drum gun over it just because of the pure amount of damage it can do up close. And it seems like he's versatile with whatever he's running.
Here it is again. It just puts himself in a great spot to secure quick, clean eliminations. This was the whole fight inside of the kind of blue-red corner building. He knows the opponent's placing traps and running up the stairs, and he perfectly times it. Where Sloth goes to peek, he says, anything you can do, I'm basically one step ahead, my friend. This is against Saint, who has been playing every week in the skirmish, it seems like, with OPS and SCT from TSM. Wins this 1v1 as clean as can be. Ridiculous stuff. There's a look at him right now, tongue out, excited. Or no, it's actually not even our winner from game 2. It's the man himself, Aydan. He's mini. Is he golfing?
Yes.
He's so relaxed that he's
disgusting. Oh, hey guys, what's up? Zeke here. We're just hanging out playing putt-putt. How are you guys doing?
Good. It's good to see Aydan up there having some fun after his performance so far.
Always, you know it. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, the people's hero. Aydan, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, dude. I'm just slaying out and tilted every game.
There you go, Aydan. Now, I know you didn't hear this, but I'm going to be the first to tell you. Everyone there at the audience is literally chanting your name. When you're sitting there dropping eliminations, how are you feeling dropping these crazy bombs on people here in the qualifiers?
2 more games to go, 7 more kills each game.
You heard it here, the Slayer himself. Now, is there anything you want to say to your fans out there?
I got you guys. Mom and Dad, I love you guys so much. I'm going to win the rest of these games for you.
There you have it. Lupo, Courage, back to you. We're going to keep playing the game.
I'm getting Aydan tattooed on my body.
Absolutely. Does he realize he actually could just play putt-putt for the rest of these qualifiers and he's good to go? There's literally no way he can't make it to Monday.
Here's the look.
Loomsy versus Aydan, back and tilted. And Aydan actually gets caught off guard. Goes out game 3 with 0 elims. What you have to remember, folks, it doesn't really matter because he's guaranteed, I would say at this point, to make it all the way to the grand finals on early. See that bottom left corner, like I said before, dropping over the water is super important for that. Dropping over the lowest elevation they can to get the parachute to open as late as possible, the glider, so they can fly into one of these loot spots and hit it as fast as they can. The southeast side of the map, potentially getting quite a few players going there. But it's always been a pretty even spread across the map, Jack.
Yep.
These competitive players, they see these locations, even the non-named ones, as an opportunity. A fight there for a weapon. Aydan picks it up, gets a couple taps, trying to drop down, and this pursuit we saw earlier against Sadie's going for round 2. Gets it, tendons goes down early. No weapon. That spot right there in the corner, pretty common. That actually was the 3rd elimination that gets him a point.
That's to put him at 3 limbs. He saw Tatlow eating apples. If you're eating apples, you're desperate. You go for it all. This was Vide up against Aydan.